What's up, everybody? What's up, Celtics fans? Champions? I forgot you can't swear in the first 30 seconds of the video. So
is that frowned upon?
I think so. I think it's one of those things. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes episode 136. Actually, we don't do titles anymore, but this is the championship episode. This is the 18th banner episode of Tuck Rule Takes. Gang's all here. Liam rocking a Celtics jersey. I'm here.
You guys want to take guesses on what jersey this is?
Rondo.
Good guess. I do adore Rondo. The chance they're high. Al?
I'm going to say Leon Poe.
That's an obscure one. I like. Alas, I have to let everyone down.
Oh, it's Ray Allen.
No, you
Ray
fucking
Allen.
Oh, it's Pierce. Sorry. Oh my
God. And you're teaching our youth?
I got him confused because he was 34 with I think he was 34 with Seattle,
with
right?
The Heat. No, the Heat.
And the Heat too. I think it was with
Seattle. It was Seattle. No, yeah, he was with Seattle.
That's why
he was only 20 on the Heat.
On the Celtics.
But guess what, Al? That is a Celtics jersey though. So just gonna open your eyes next time.
I work with numbers, not letters.
So not too much for Patriots land to talk about. We're going to kind of just shoot the shit about the Brady ceremony thing. And then Al actually brought up a fucking great topic that we're going to end the show with. It's nothing crazy. I don't have any other crazy Patriots stuff I could think of. I don't know if you guys did either. I don't think there's nothing really going on other than Drake May showing up to the Celtics game. But I think there's a couple of things. We also have a big announcement, but before we get to the big announcement, guys, I think we got to take just a few minutes. Banner 18, the Celtics are here. If you are a Patriots fan listening to this, I'm assuming you probably care about other Boston sports, right? I would think. So yes, Banner 18, we're all Celtics fans here. We've all been staying up into the wee hours of the morning. It really hasn't been that late. I'm just 32 and
yesterday was around midnight though. It definitely wasn't early,
bro. I will tell you, when you hit my ripe age of 32, these fucking games could not end soon enough. I can't.
I had to be up at 5:45 today. I wanted to kill myself, but making history, I was game for it. We do need a certain moment of silence though. If we wouldn't get copyright infringement, this is about the time that I'd play Ron Artest's moment of silence for the champion, something like that. I think We Are the Champions a little too cliche. Champions by Ron Artest. He made it when he beat the Celtics. Fuck him. We're gonna take that song. He's very fitting. We're fucking champions, baby. Dude. It's been a horrible drought in Boston. It's been a really long time.
5.5 years.
2019, fucking disgusting. And in those 5 years, it was agonizing. There was a chunk of us missing. We had nothing to really all galvanize the whole city in a riot out in the streets. And I feel bad for cities that have never experienced this, because this is the 7th in my lifetime, and probably. Mike was born in 1919, so he's been around for all of them. And
that's it. No fucking.
I believe so. Well,
what year were you born? What year?
97.
So
no, that's not true. So the Patriots have 6.
You've been born for
so
all of them.
9. So okay, not all of them.
Bro, you had me thinking I was 50. I was like, wait.
Well, you are
Liam,
wicked old.
Liam, you're also
around for the first World Series, right?
You've seen 13
I've seen 6 Super Bowls.
championships.
Mr. Math teacher. I wasn't good at math.
God damn.
So I should have left the math up to you.
You should have, is right. Correct.
Yeah, so what? I've been around for 13?
13 championships since 2001.
Okay,
13. Okay, 6 Patriots, 13. 4 Sox, 1 Bruins, 2 Celtics.
And you know what's funny too? It's not the fact that Boston teams haven't been in championship rounds.
Nope.
Look at what's happened since the Patriots' last Super Bowl win. The Bruins were in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, lost that.
That sucked.
The Red Sox were in the ALCS in 2021, should have won that, but lost that. The Celtics, obviously, 2022 with the finals, they lost that. And we were waiting for that team to just burst through the door, get that championship. And the best bet was the Celtics. And how many times do you see in sports where the best team in their league wins the championship, especially in the NBA? The NBA, it's really rare. So shout out to the Celtics, man. I mean, 64-18 the regular season, 16-3 in the playoffs, 80-21 for the year.
Crazy.
Ridiculous, man. I'm so happy that 5.5 years. I mean, like you said, Al, there's still like, I don't want to cry poor as a Boston sports fan, because like we've obviously, the Bruins have been close a couple times. Heartbreak though. I mean, you got the President's Trophy winner. They got the most wins in the league, and then they get bounced in the first round. Celtics have always been a little close here and there. Obviously, I mean, they've been to what, 6 championship games, or conference championship games or whatever. Patriots, obviously, they're going through a little bit of a rough patch. We had to deal with, since that time, I believe we had to deal with fucking the ghost of Cam Newton, Mac Jones, all that fun stuff.
Let's not get crazy.
He will always get a shot. And then the Red Sox, I don't want to tarnish our podcast by talking about the Red Sox. We will just move on from them.
Yeah,
from talking about
shitty.
them.
I don't even watch baseball. I know they're shitty.
But yeah, I thought it was awesome, man. I think it's great. I don't want to hear, like, there's Tatum and Brown. They all said it. They said, "What can you say now? Fucking nothing." Now you have these two guys. Brown's been to what, 6 Eastern Conference championship games, in Tatum's been to 5, if I remember correctly, and now they each have a title. You can't say shit now. You can't say shit. Like, I think this team,
they will. They have. Social media's been a nightmare.
I know they will. And like you said, the Celtics social media account, if you've looked, they tweeted out the thing where like they kept the receipts, and it was everybody talking shit, saying that like they weren't going to make it and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Jaylen Brown, the MVP. I do think he deserved it. I know that Tatum made a push in that last game, but I mean, it was all Jaylen Brown.
I don't think either one of them deserved it.
Did you think Holiday?
Yeah, it's all about
could have been, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be a role player like that. And
it should be.
I don't mean to diminish his thing, but
I want another Andre Iguodala Finals MVP. Yeah, it's got to be the glue guy.
Yeah,
it's got to be the man, and Drew Holiday is fitting enough to do so.
Did you guys think there was a chance they would do a co-MVP?
No.
I thought there was a reasonable chance. Like, if there was ever a time to do one, it'd probably be now.
It would be now, dude, because this is a true like Batman, Superman like type partner. I'm not Batman, Robin.
No one really played like that well. Like, there wasn't a clear cut MVP.
No, dude, it was the definition of a team win. That's why, like, watching these clips, the people that were saying that like the Celtics aren't as deep as the Mavs or whatever, like, what have you been watching? They dominated all year. I know,
even the last game, we cut the lineup to 7 players and we still dominated.
I know.
Like, what are we doing? So congrats to the Celtics. Hopefully this kicks off the new era of championships in Boston. I'm hoping for. I know the Bruins are a somewhat older team, but they're getting younger. They still got people there. Pasta's still relatively young. They still got some other guys there. So I hope this is going to be the kickoff to, the next thing. Drake May, obviously, with the Patriots, and then the Red Sox, when they figure out how to play baseball, they'll be in it too. Yeah. Congrats to the Celtics. Awesome. I already ordered like 3 Celtic shirts.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait for them.
I got a Peyton Pritchard jersey after his historic finals performance.
Bro, I cannot stand Peyton Pritchard.
Well, you suck.
I hate his face. I hate the way he dribbles. I hate the way he shoots. I hate the way he plays.
In the finals, both of them half courts. Shut the fuck up.
Tremendous. I leapt out of my seat. In my head, I turned to my wife and said, I still fucking hate him. But good shot.
He's extremely
There's always one guy. Liam doesn't like Mike Owenu. Al notoriously hated Kendrick Bourne, hated Jacoby Myers.
You could have picked anyone. Svi Mikhailyk's on the team. You could hate him. We got to do with alopecia. You can hate him. It looks like an alien.
I can't wait till he starts playing, man. I can't wait. But yeah, go Celtics. Banner 18. I'm already gonna assume they're gonna repeat next year. So we'll be back here a year from now talking about it.
If they stay healthy, they have a really
there's no reason to believe that.
Did you guys see? Do you guys see the lines for next year for favorites to win the title?
I did actually, Al, because I'm
oh
yes, we fucking are.
Never mind. I guess I stand alone on this.
I was gonna say you has been.
I played. I played
Prize Picks. Prize Picks has taken so much of my money during this playoff run, and they're gonna get so much more when the Patriots start playing. But I did what the Celtics are plus 240. Is that where they still are? Right? Is that what it was?
I just realized something. Plus 280. But Jaylen Brown didn't hit that 3 for you, did he?
Motherfucker,
No.
dude. And he took like 3
Oh
of them
my
too
God.
after I
I'm
said
sorry,
that.
dude. So
Ah.
I was watching the game with
I'm
my
not sorry.
girlfriend,
That's gambling.
and I was like, Mike is 1-3 away from winning a big amount of money. She's like, well, let's hope he hits that 3. And I didn't even care about myself. I wanted you to win that money.
I
I
was
wanted
rooting
me to
for it.
win.
I know.
Yeah. And every time he dropped out, I was like, oh, and then he would miss. I was like, fuck, it was right there. Oh God. But yeah, no, I'll be back. I'll be back gambling again when the Patriots play. So we'll
I can't wait till you bet on all 17 Patriots games. Always
All of
on the
them.
Patriots.
all of I'm gonna treat it just like I do fantasy football, whereas I'm gonna bet with my heart, not my brain.
Yeah, you're in for
but
a world of hurt.
but all right, we got to move on. We do. Al so eloquently teased that we had an announcement coming this week, which it is now official. We have partnered up with Sport Spider. That's sport and then spider with a Y. So the Y is where the I goes. I'll spell it out. SportSpyder.com.
Good spelling.
Thank you. Well, sport it's spider. If I say there's a Y in it, they might think the Y is where the E goes.
Al can't spell, so
Sports
Spider. You're right.
In case, yeah, he's not a spelling teacher. He's math and whatever else he does.
Yeah. Don't ask him to spell the letter 2. He can just add it.
Sports Spider, though, if you're looking for, basically all your big sports, I was just looking, they even got WWE stuff on there. It's all in one place. It's very easy to navigate to. You got the tabs. If you go to the NFL tab, go to Patriots. Every podcast that we post will be on there. For the first few days we post it, it will be towards the top there. So click it, have a listen, comment on it, like it, share it, talk shit to us, whatever you guys want to do.
Definitely talk shit.
But yeah, no, we got big things coming with them. Link is going to be in the description of everywhere where you see Tuck Rule Takes. We're going to have the link in there so you can click and go right to us. But we're very excited about that. It is funny. It's called Sports Spider because I'm deathly scared of spiders. So it kind of all all circles back around.
Here, I thought you were a man. That's crazy.
Spiders are terrifying.
He's little man, right?
Yes,
Isn't that what he's called?
Muy pequeño.
Do you guys have any good words you want to say about our partnership with Sports Spider? Because I don't feel
I'm psyched for that. Not psyched for the fact that you can't reach the top shelf, but psyched for our partnership.
Wow. Shout out to Sports Spider. Make sure to check out their website.
I hate you guys.
I bet that's where all the spiders hang out in your house or on anything.
Dude, they probably
3
do.
feet tall.
They probably do, and they're like, he'll never see us up. I'm not short, by the way. I just want it out there. I'm not a short. I'm like 5'9", 5. What? That is a completely average height.
Are you standing up right now?
So, yeah, on my dick. So anyway, speaking of dick, I feel like we should cover this Tom Brady thing, his retirement ceremony. Did any of you guys watch it? Any of it?
All my coworkers went, and I was like, I'm not going.
I didn't because I was watching the finals, so I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing started at 7. The finals was at like 8:30 that night, I believe it was. So, and I think the thing ran until like 9:45, which is crazy. But I didn't really care about anything. The only main thing I really gave a shit about, our Lord and Savior Bill Belichick was there. No, Liam, not Cam Newton. Bill Belichick was there. And did you guys hear anything about the ovation he got? How long it was?
It was like 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Dude, they said that the clip going around on Twitter, it starts when Deion Branch and Troy Brown, I believe, introduced him, or is it? I forget who it was, but it was Deion Branch and someone. They introduce him. He comes out crazy. It's like 2 minutes, and then he's like, "Oh, thank you," and then it like goes down and ramps back up. I was seeing stuff. It was like 3.5, almost 4 minutes. Like every time you would go to talk, they would kind of cheer for him.
I was about to say he tried to talk like 6 different times, and they were like, "Hey, Bill, shut up. We're cheering for you."
I loved that. That was the thing. Like I saw some people be like, I was wondering how the crowd was going to react. Did you guys think the crowd was going to react any other way than that?
I was wondering because it sucks because we were talking about it earlier with the Celtics hatred online. And most of the people who comment are lunatics anyway. So it's like they seem like the majority, but they're really a small minority of people out there that are just, want to download their shitty hardware onto the internet for everyone to see. But they're so loud in social media comments. All the Bill hatred was spewing when he was, when he kind of retired. I was like, okay, obviously he's getting pushed out the back door, but everyone was super psyched. And then he shows up here, and I was like, oh, thank God. And then they kept cheering, and I was like, this is incredible. And then by the end, I'm watching it on my phone. I'm cheering. I'm like, yeah, Bill.
Like, fuck yeah, okay, I'll get in on it.
I mean, why would we expect it to really go any other way when this is a man that brought you all your championships and brought and was
people are ungrateful, spiteful little fucks.
And it's half the reason that half of the big reasons why the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls.
Judging by last week, he was the reason the Patriots had.
Me and Al already went over this last Friday. I had a few choice words from him. Even Al admitted that your argument was shit. He just felt bad for you.
I did not say that.
He was like, little Mike just needed a hand up.
I did not say that at all. That's just a lie. That is a lie.
But yeah, I like when Belichick was like, it was such a warm welcome. I can't tell you how much it means to me. You could tell. I love, like, not that, like, anybody who paid attention, Belichick obviously spoke a lot during his tenure here, but just, it seems like Belichick has unbuttoned the top button a little bit more, if that makes sense. Like he's kind of given just a little bit more personality, which we all thought was going to happen now that he's not coaching the team.
Which we're all psyched for. Everyone's clamoring for it. After the draft, people were like, I need more Bill Belichick.
Yes. Yeah. Did you guys see that he was at like almost half the Celtics playoff games or something too?
Yeah.
He kept showing
up in his little box.
Yes. Yeah. Him and Brad Stevens, like that part where, like if you're not from New England, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. A former coach is coming there. The greatest of all time coach is going to show up. I love the fact that he left. He got pushed out by ownership, by Kraft for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying Belichick wasn't at fault at all for the reasoning for him leaving, but he still comes back. Like, he might hold a grudge towards Kraft, but I think he might love Boston just as much as like your Julian Edelmans or your Randy Mosses of the world. He
has to. I mean, he's got so many houses here. He spent all his life here. Like, I bet he does love it. It's
he
fantastic culture.
He definitely loves Winthrop. We know that for sure.
Yeah,
that's confirmed.
That's
especially the chicks up there.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
And you see, he made an Instagram too. It's like, damn, Bill's getting out there.
I think that got taken down right away. Didn't it?
I guess today it got deleted. So I don't know if maybe he didn't know what he was doing or forgot to do it or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine Bill Belichick actually posting on Instagram, but the name was hilarious.
He tries to put up a post and then it's accidentally like, oh, delete account. Oh, this is the one I want because it's going to delete the picture I need, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I deleted my whole thing. Oh, I guess
screw this.
Get me to Snapface.
He would be the one who would post all the pictures that your parents do on Facebook, where the selfies are just you can tell they never went through selfie training growing up. You know how we all did, where it was we all at least know how to take pictures. Yeah, bad angles. Nothing is good, and it's just oh yeah, having a great time with my dog. It'll be
out on the boat, and you're like, I don't see the water, I hardly see the boat, I just see the earlobe. What are we doing?
Why is it so blurry, man? What the fuck? What's going on?
You have millions of dollars. Did you fucking take this on the coaster?
But yeah, Belichick being there was awesome. I think he was obviously the highlight for me. Bledsoe was there. I have seen enough of Drew Bledsoe. It's always the same jokes now. Dude, I get it. Like Brady was. I think it is. I'm sorry. I'm just salty about Tom Brady. So everybody's catching ricochet shots. Don't care.
I will not stand. We can shit on Tom Brady left and right.
No slander. I'm not slandering.
Okay. Because Drew Bledsoe. I
would never do
that. Yeah, honestly,
I would never do
since the roast, I have been on the biggest Drew Bledsoe bender where it's I just need to hear more. I'm the polar opposite of you. I listened to the Edelman interview.
Good.
He did some other fantasy football interview. And I'm this dude is fantastic. He's charismatic. He's hilarious. And you also see the real life struggle of it being this was my team. Somebody else took my team. It was no longer my team. I think all this should have been mine. He jokes about it, but he's if I stayed, we would have won 8 championships. And I'm I bet he actually believes that. He was really sick. Yeah.
Yeah, he should. He should believe it. Yeah, he was there. Okay, and then also Peyton Manning was there, which I thought that's awesome. All-time
Did you
rival.
watch that segment?
No, I did not watch it. I have a question. Did you watch it?
I watched the whole.
Okay, I want to know what you think, but I also just have a question. What I know that, like, since you retired, like the name the sheriff has been tossed around. Not once did I hear anybody call him that when he was like playing. Not
I
once.
heard that all the time.
Not a fucking one. That's why I want to ask you guys. Like, was I just not paying attention enough? I never heard anybody be like, "Oh, here comes the sheriff."
Yeah,
never heard.
That was the big headliner in that incredible Patriots comeback where we were down like 24-0, and then we came back and won after Wes Welker fumbled it. Like I remember in the pregame of that, they were talking about how the sheriff strolling into Foxborough.
Never. I never knew. Al, did you know this? Do you know he was Sheriff Woody?
I thought I had heard it, but I wasn't entirely sure, truthfully.
Really? So I think it's a badass fucking nickname.
No, it's cool, but it just seems like it came out of nowhere. But you watch it. Like, what was the Peyton Manning thing all about? How is that? How'd that go?
I hate Peyton Manning on the field. Love him off the field. Super charismatic. His SNL skits are fantastic. He's very personable. And it was clearly such a forced environment. Yeah. And there were so many like mistakes going on. It's, I've been podcasting, and so have you, Mike. Like I think I was podcasting for maybe 2 years before you and me started doing this.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
But thank you, Al and Pat Schofield out there getting me involved here. Appreciate everyone getting me into this. But like,
you really do have them to thank. I definitely do as well. Shit. Fuck.
Very much so. But like there were plenty of times where I would either have a co-host or I'd be interviewing somebody. And if either one of them were awkward, it would make me awkward almost by default because it's like I couldn't bounce ideas off of them and whatnot. And I would imagine you guys have felt this. But I got the same vibe with that where it was such a forced environment and Tom Brady was trying really hard to like give praise and Peyton Manning was clearly uncomfortable and the whole thing felt slightly disingenuous. And that was the only moment. I don't even want to critique this because I really liked the whole event for the most part. But like the mediator, the guy who was like announcing Peyton Manning who came out, they all got on the stage and he starts reading off the combined stats of the two great quarterbacks. And he goes, what was it? He said he messed up the number of Super Bowls. He was like 8 Super Bowls between these two or something like that. And on Peyton's face, you could see he wanted to correct the guy, but it's Tom Brady's event. He's not going to be like, actually, I have 2 Super Bowls. Instead of like the guy just gave Peyton credit for one of them. And it clearly it was all about Tom Brady. So they should brush over Peyton Manning stuff. But like overall, like the interview was very awkward. The mediator was asking kind of weird questions, and Tom Brady was being very kiss-assy to Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning was there to be kiss-assy to Tom Brady, so it didn't leave a lot of room for humor. Peyton threw in a few good jokes there and stuff, but it wasn't the other football players who got on there. You kind of heard more about football and saw more personality. But with the two guys that you really want to see, like 2 fantastic quarterbacks who dueled it out for 20 years, it was far more awkward than I would have liked.
Damn.
I mean, plus too, whenever you get Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the same room, the memories are going to come back, right? All the championship games, just all the battles. And people might forget this too once in a while, but Brady's first win ever in the NFL as a starter was against Peyton Manning.
Yeah, and they talked about it.
So that's kind of
forgot about that. Tidbit.
That's a cool little tidbit. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of echo Liam's point, I mean, Peyton Manning is such a charismatic guy. He just like, there's just something about him that you're like, oh, you want to watch this? And the fact that he got to kind of see Brady's retirement and see everything that was kind of going on. I don't know. To me, that's just kind of a cool little thing.
It was really cool because they didn't tell Tom Brady either. They were like, we have a surprise guest for you. And Tom was like, oh, who is it? And I was really hoping they'd be like, yeah, literally.
Oh my gosh.
Your ex-wife and kids. Da, 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 da. But no, they bring out Peyton Manning and even Peyton. So like he had like a few good jokes there. He walks out and the crowd's going crazy for Peyton Manning. He sits down and he goes, God, I love the Patriots fan base. He goes, they always go crazy for me. He's like, mostly because I have a losing record against you, and most of the time I lost. He goes, if Eli came out here, he would not get the same greeting. And I was like,
speaking of Giselle, did you guys hear that Giselle broke up with the boyfriend and is blaming Tom Brady in the roast for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good for her. She was probably just looking for a reason. That's what that strikes me as.
1,000%.
And she was like, boom, got it. You, jiu-jitsu, out.
Yeah, I mean, like
going for an MMA guy.
Realistic, like all that stuff like never really works out. It's like, oh my god, like he's a surfer, like I'm gonna leave my husband for him, or he's a jujitsu instructor, and then they're with them for like 2 months, and they're like, wow, all you really care about is jujitsu. Like this sucks. Like,
Is that all you
like,
do?
yeah, it's like literally like you're very shallow. Like you got nothing going on. It's like
Yep.
he was obsessed with football, but at least I have kids with him. Like you're fucking shallow, and I have no connection to you.
Yeah, I saw that. Whatever. I do. I think it would have been funny if she showed up, but
It would have been hilarious.
Oh, the biggest surprise
Yeah.
to me.
If
What?
Giselle showed up, do you think she gets cheers or boos?
Booze.
Oh no, I don't think she gets booed. I don't think so at all.
I
I don't
think
know
she
why
does.
people
I
dislike
think
her.
she does.
It's not that people
So
dislike her. It's the
weird.
fact that she cheated on Tom Brady with.
And Tom did the same thing. He cheated on. Didn't he have a kid with someone like while he was courting Giselle?
No, he had a kid
What'd he do?
with a girl and left her while she was pregnant.
Okay. So cheater or deadbeat? What do you want?
Deadbeat? I'd take deadbeat.
Probably a
I guess.
deadbeat 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
No, biggest surprise though. Jay-Z showed up to open up the thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I don't think people understand how crazy that is. Jay-Z doesn't just come out for things anymore. Like he's
Jay-Z
busy.
doesn't even do concerts anymore.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even do album. I think his last album was like the 3-1 or the 444 one. Like he's doing shit with the NFL, obviously. Yeah, there's no need for him to come out, but I do like that he did come out. You know, the GOAT comes out for the GOAT. That was nice. That public service announcement is such a good song too. Such a good walk-up song. Like whoever was behind choosing that for Brady, whether it was Brady or maybe someone played it and Brady was like, oh, this is good. Props to whoever put that bug in Brady's ear to have that be like his song. Because it's awesome.
If there are any other substitute songs that you could pick for Tom Brady, what would they be? Because obviously Jay-Z crushed it. Like there really isn't a much better choice for that. But if you have any other choices for Tom Brady's entrance, any songs come to mind? I got one.
All right. What's yours?
Many Men by 50 Cent.
Oh, but I was trying to go like hip hop too. So I was like, oh, that's
Many Men.
Oh, that's a good
Wish
one.
death upon me. Yeah, that's
that is a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think that might be the one. I don't know, man.
I mean, like as very cliche as it is, All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. I mean, it fits.
Hey, it fits. Yeah. No, that's a good one. It's true. Like, fucker really did just win.
I mean, it doesn't really fit him, but I think it would get the crowd hype. If you could do DMX, X Gonna Give It to You, that'd be a good
sweet.
One. Like that'd be good because that's when it's the type of like punch you in the mouth type song. Like everybody's gonna get hyped to it.
That would be sweet.
I think that would be good. But I mean, yeah, public service announcement was the one.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And then last, just to wrap up this Brady stuff, did you guys see? I didn't know they were going to do this. Not the statue. Obviously, we all knew that Brady was going to get a statue. 6/12 is now Brady Day.
Is it every year or just this year?
No, I think I got the thing in front of me. I'm pretty sure like a proclamation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, 6/12 is now Tom Brady Day. Yep.
Huh,
Brady Day is declared. So, I mean,
that's tight.
All right. Cool.
Good.
Like, do you have to go to school?
Yeah, you might as well. Cool. Yeah. I mean, 8/24 is Kobe Day, so.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. 8/24 being Kobe Day. But yeah, any other thoughts on the Brady thing before we move on to the last little bit here?
No. It's definitely worth a watch if you guys haven't. It is for the most part very enjoyable.
Yeah, and I'm sure
like it's fun
sure
shit to hear.
Like it.
The guests were cool. Like they had all of the throwback players. It was fun.
Yeah. No, and I think that'd be cool. But like I said, I'm good. Like I don't need to see any more Brady.
Yeah.
For a
I'm
little bit
tainted it though. Like if you watch the Peyton Manning thing the whole time, you're gonna be like,
I might just like watch that little clip though. I want to
do it.
But so next, kind of to going with the Celtics, Al, you sent us a text before we came on.
Mm-hmm.
Present our final segment of the night.
Okay, so
please, I don't mean to order you around, even though I know you like to be bossed around. I know that's your kink, but just if you could please. Sorry.
Oh, with pleasure, master. With pleasure.
Don't forget the suit.
Half mast now.
Oh, jeez. So we talked about it earlier. Obviously, Celtics winning the title, and when we were trying to think of topics for tonight, something came to mind with me, and I wanted to share it with these guys. And obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, whether you're on Couch Guy or Sports Spider, please feel free to chime in on this. in the comments, but I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? The New England Patriots, the organization as a whole, can learn a lesson from the Boston Celtics. Let's deep dive into that a little bit more. Look at how this whole thing started with the Celtics. The Celtics had a championship in 2008 by making trades, right? Trade for Ray Allen, trade for Kevin Garnett. They went to 2 finals. They won one. They could have won a couple more if Perkins isn't hurt in 2010 and if KG's not hurt in 2009. Maybe they win 3 in a row. Who knows? We don't know that, but they won one. But then the Celtics knew that it was time to move on. They knew it was time to reset. So what do? They trade away KG. They trade away Paul Pierce. They get the picks from the Nets. Here's where the Patriots come into play. If you're Elliott Wolf and you are the whole organization, this is your chance to hit on some draft picks. Look at the draft they just had. And I'm talking just this draft because we can talk about the 2020 draft because they did have a really good 2020 draft. The 2021 draft, you got Ramondre Stevenson, we know that. But we're going to just talk about this specific draft. Drake May at number 3. Jalen Polk in the 2nd round. Javon Baker, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. If the Patriots want to get to where the Celtics got this year, hit on these draft picks first. Because if you hit on the draft picks, look at where you can take your organization. Again, back to the Celtics for a second. You hit on Jaylen Brown in 2016. You hit on Jason Tatum in 2017. So then what did you do next? You said, okay, I have 2 guys here. Okay, they had signed Al Horford. Great. There's another piece. Then what did they do? They went for it. They went and traded Isaiah Thomas away to get Kyrie Irving. They signed Gordon Hayward. And although Kyrie Irving didn't work out here and Gordon Hayward didn't work out here, obviously for vastly different reasons, if you guys were in that spot, wouldn't you guys have made that trade and that signing at that specific
100%,
time?
100
right?
times out of 100. Yep.
Right. Because you knew that your opportunity to win was right there. Now, again, didn't work. But what did the Celtics do? They kept trying because they still realized they had 2 young superstars in place. Mm-hmm. They go out and sign Kemba Walker. They tried to, bring in different pieces. And again, these are just random pieces, but like Jeff Teague, Enes Freedom, Tristan Thompson. They tried to bring in guys, Dennis Schroeder. They tried to bring in guys to help those 2 superstars. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm going to call them superstars because Jaylen Brown not getting an all NBA any recognition is
superstar
BS.
But there's so much talent in the league, but I got it.
Yep. There is. You get what I'm saying. But with that, right? Then look what happens. Brad Stevens comes into office. You trade it back for Al Horford. So Al Horford comes back into the fold. You trade for Derek White. You traded for Malcolm Brogdon. And by the way, people forget that Brogdon deal was a really, really good deal. And I know I'm going Celtics heavy, but it all goes to
Banner
this.
18, baby. I don't give
Banner
a fuck.
18. They got Malcolm Brogdon for a steal. Now, Aaron Naismith obviously has kind of developed a little bit in Indiana, but still, for the most part, you won that trade.
Very much so.
And then after 2023, after the heartbreaking loss to the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games, they said, okay, we still have a good chance to win. We're going all in. We know that this is the time. So what do you do then? You trade for Kristaps Porzingis. You trade for Drew Holiday. You sign these guys and I'm just saying O'Shea Brissett, a guy that gave you some decent minutes during the regular season, a perfect complementary piece to the bench. Peyton Pritchard's role stepped up. Sam Hauser's role stepped up. How many of those guys did you draft? You drafted Tatum. You drafted Brown. You drafted Pritchard. And then you made the right signings and you made the right trades. You signed Al Horford and then traded for him again. You traded for Derek White. You traded for Porzingis. Traded for Holiday. So why does this all come back? Xavier Tillman at the deadline. Jaden Springer at the deadline, who I think in a couple years is going to be a piece for the Celtics. So why do I bring all this up? And how does it relate to the Patriots? If the Patriots, truthfully, I think, are in a much better position now than the Celtics were when they were resetting with Garnett and Pierce with that trade. Because look at the defense that the Patriots are bringing back. Mm-hmm. A top, at least 12, and some could argue a top 10 NFL defense when everyone's healthy.
Yep.
You bring back several key pieces to the offense. You brought back Kendrick Bourne. You brought back Hunter Henry. Looks like Ramondre Stevenson's going to sign an extension very, very soon. Then if you hit on these draft picks, and you don't have to win the Super Bowl, obviously, that would be great. But if you go 6-11, 7-10 this upcoming year, that's an improvement in the right direction. Then you can say, okay, what can we get? All right, we can make a trade. And I'm just going to use this year's kind of receivers and everything else because I don't know what next year's looks like. But you could say, okay, Brandon Ayuk, let's go take a chance at him. Let's bring him into our offense, make us better. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go get a guard to make up for Cole Strange. The point that I'm making is the Patriots should be looking at the Celtics and saying, you know what? Take our time, develop these guys. But if they develop it, if we hit on these guys, then that opens the door for more moves and can get you closer to contention than people think. I truthfully think that if May and Polk and Baker and all these other guys hit, I think in the next 3 years, the Patriots can be in contention to at least make it to the AFC Championship, if not maybe even to a Super Bowl, if they play their cards right. Mm-hmm. If everything works out, I think in 3 years, they can get to that point as long as they keep everything together. So again, and I'll conclude with this rant. Robert Kraft better be taking a look at what Grossbeck did. Elliot Wolf better paid real close attention to what Brad Stevens did. Mm-hmm. And Drake May was at the Celtics game at Game 5 on Monday night. So he saw firsthand what it's like to win a championship in Boston. He knows now what the feeling is. And if he can deliver, and he delivers a Super Bowl, he will be just like how Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are right now. So again, Patriots organization people, I hope you're paying attention because the Celtics showed you how to run an organization and how you can build a championship from the ground up.
Yeah.
That was inspired.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, like you said. And I think the Patriots, it's like eerie how similar it is. Because like you said, Celtics, they had Tatum and Brown. They tried to build around it. They got Kemba, then Kyrie. They got Gordon Hayward, all that stuff. Patriots tried to do that. They had a quarterback. They had Mac Jones. So they tried to go out there, free agency, spending spree. Didn't work. Okay, cool. Retool again. Now, obviously, they had to retool a little bit more than the Celtics did. But if you want to say the Patriots' two superstars is just their defense as a whole, you can say that if you want. You're just building around it, whatever. But either way, like you gotta build there and then build around it. That's what the Celtics did. It takes time. And I think that was like one thing that everybody was saying now about the Celtics and what people should be saying about the Patriots, where like, of course you want to win now. It's Boston, 5.5 years without a championship, the fucking epic long, second longest drought ever, or like whatever, recent history, whatever.
Right. And one other, just one thing that I forgot, and I just want to include this real quick. The other thing the Celtics did really well, they extended their players when they needed to. And the Patriots are starting to do that, which I think is a good sign. They're starting to keep their homegrown guys, keep their guys that they drafted, and keep the guys that are going to make a positive contribution in the past couple of years. That was one thing, again, I wanted to get in there real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Liam, what do you think? You think they should follow, or like, do you think there's anything specific that they should be following that the Celtics were doing, or just kind of keep the pace?
I don't know. It's tough to translate sports. I like the idea. Very inspired, Al. I gotta say, this might be the finest rant I've ever seen you go on. Like, clearly, you're very passionate about this, and you thought about it, and I very much like what you're saying.
Thank you.
I would agree in a sense. Like, there's a lot of benefits to being aggressive. Like, that's the point. Like, go out and get superstars. Even if you're not good, you're gonna put asses in seats. With football, though, like, it's such an ultimate team game. Mm-hmm. There have been plenty of times when it's worked. Like the 49ers just made it to the Super Bowl. Their team's fucking loaded. Like they have two stellar number one receivers, the best running back in the league. They don't even need a good quarterback, although I think he's pretty good. They can make it to the Super Bowl. Their team's loaded. But then like the 2012 Eagles traded for Nnamdi Asomugha, signed Asante Samuel, got all these studs on offense, and they won fucking 2 games. It was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. We've seen it. Yeah. And it didn't turn out to be such. And even with the Patriots toward the end there, we signed Antonio Brown. get Mohamed Sanu, all this stuff where it's kind of we're reloading, and none of it really worked out. And we ended up losing. And I don't know. There's probably the modern age requires you to be more aggressive because fans have short attention spans. They want a big name. Texans fans, if Stephon Diggs never scores a touchdown, they've been celebrating for months since they signed him because they have Stephon Diggs. And it's like even if he doesn't do well, they still get to be excited that they got like arguably one of the best top 3 receiver in the league. People just want to be excited. People want to look at their phone and see that notification. Patriots signed Randy Moss again. Like we want that feeling. So I
Jonnu
get
Smith,
it.
Hunter Henry,
Yeah,
that group.
exactly.
Yeah.
But even then, like Hunter Henry was more of a big name. Johnny Smith's a little less of a name, but it was something to be excited about. But like Al said, like imagine if back in the day, like the Patriots signed AJ Green, we'd be fired up. Like now, the modern equivalent would be if the Patriots got Justin Jefferson, we'd flip the fuck out. Like we wouldn't even think of the logistics. Like how many first rounders did we trade? Fuck it, I don't even care. Like we got Justin Jefferson, we're good. So that's probably the modern age. You probably have to be more aggressive. But I can't help but think in football, it just doesn't work that way in that sense. But then the Rams did it. And they went to the Super Bowl. They traded for Odell. They traded for Von Miller. So there's a million different instances back and forth, and I haven't even made up my mind because clearly I'm bouncing all over the place. You're inspired. You speak with conviction. I'd probably have to agree with you just because you were so persuasive in that instance. But practicality-wise, I don't know if it works out. But at very least, the fans will be entertained.
You should hear me in a debate.
Well, if I'm the mediator, you're not going to win that debate, so.
Can't be as
Sorry,
good as
biased.
can't be
Unreal.
as good as my debate. Can't be as good as my debate.
I wasn't that inspired.
Yeah. No, I just think that the Celtics did it. They did it in a very like new age way, but also a very like unorthodox way. Where like normally you'd have teams that would break up Tatum and Brown. Like you'd have teams that would blow it up, and they didn't. They kept it together, which I hope. And it seems like Elliot Wolf, like he'll do kind of like what he did in Green Bay, or like kind of that, or not what he did in Green Bay, but kind of like the Green Bay process where it's like, we're going to draft, we're going to build, we're going to do it the right way. So you have sustained success and not just like a couple good years and then you fall off the map because people either retire, free agents, whatever. No, you're going to run because you essentially have Drake May for 5 years on his rookie deal. So use these 5 years, use like half of it to build the team, the rest to go win, and then sign them to a deal and then go from there. So I think the Patriots are in good shape. But yeah, I think
the most
like said,
important
it takes a while.
thing, like most important message to take away from Al's spiel there is if you're running an organization, don't give up. Like don't blow it up. Like especially if you get really close like the Celtics, like just don't blow it up. Like you don't have to start from scratch and be terrible. Like I thought the Rams blew it up the year after they won the Super Bowl. They had Baker Mayfield and everyone was hurt and they traded away Jalen Ramsey and I'm like, oh my God, they fucking blew it up. But turns out they didn't. They ended up drafting and they're still fine. But that's kind of the point of an organization where it's like, just keep fighting. Like if you made it there or you made it close, double down. If you're that close and you really think you're a championship team, go out and get those pieces that you need. Sign that super expensive offensive lineman. Go get that expensive receiver or running back that you need that will push you over the edge.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's just a slow process. And I think Patriots fans, I hope that they paid attention to the Celtics and just saw like, listen, might take a little bit. There's going to be some bumpy rides. There's going to be some shitty things, some close calls, sometimes where you wish the team did something. Sometimes where they make moves where you wish they didn't, but it ends up helping in the long term, a la Marcus Smart from the Celtics. But
drafting Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, but I think Patriots fans, you just gotta be a little patient, see what happens this year. Hopefully, I mean, it all really hinges on Drake May. That's really what it is, and that's the difference between football and basketball. Where basketball, it's like it didn't all just hinge on Tatum or Brown. It was kind of everybody.
But also basketball, there's 15 players on a team, and football, there's 53. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. So hopefully Drake May, like you said, Al, I think it's a good thing for him to see a championship in Boston for a team like the Celtics, where like they have such a storied history in Boston, but also in the NBA in general. So it's like, you got to think he went home that night and he's like, I want to be the one to bring that back to Foxborough. That's what I want to do.
I want to cause this riot in the street.
Yeah, because they will. Like, that's the thing. Like, Patriots fans, I don't know if they're the most like out of the big four sports, I wouldn't say they're the number one or even the number two most like intense, like whatever fans, but they will still get loud and get rowdy behind you. And hopefully Drake May saw that, and he, it's just going to push him more to develop and, hopefully be the starter. What do you guys think, by the way, really quick before we get out? Drake May, people are still saying that he's trending. He may actually don't be shocked if he's the week one starter. You see
I still think it's Brissett until further.
Still think
notice.
it's Brissett. Is that what we're doing? So you still think it's Brissett, Al? What do you think?
I think it's Brissett.
Think it's Brissett. I'm sticking with May. I think he's going to pull it out more ways than one, and he's just going to fuck the league.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. So you guys have any final thoughts on anything Patriots or Celtics before we get out? Very heavy Celtics episode, but I mean, you can't. We just won the title yesterday.
Yeah, like what are you supposed to say? More championships than Lakers. Fuck them. 5 of those are from Minnesota.
Back to back? Question mark.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll say. I mean, Al Horford's coming back. You see, Wick Grossbeck kind of like said that he's coming back.
No way.
So.
Yeah, he said on the Greg Hill
Hill
show this morning.
He's going to come off the bench though. This time, he won't have to start. You assume Porzingis is going to be healthy. So yeah, no, keep him
Al, is there like a board meeting for people named Al?
Yes. It's at 7:30 every Wednesday night.
Well, at the next Al meeting, please tell Al Horford he's really old. Like, just hanging up, dog. You won. Like, you did it.
I truthfully, I think his 18th year coming up, because I agree, Liam. I think he should just retire. Just retire a champion.
Like Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis. Go out at the top of your game. Like, just call it, dog. You won. You won 2 championships in college.
How sweet would it be to go out after back-to-back titles? That's
it would be sweet.
He did it at Florida,
but that's greedy. That's overzealous.
I think they get it. So I think the Celtics, bold take. I think the Celtics and the Patriots win next year. So let's get wild. Let's get wild. All right. So you guys good? Anything else?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Board
Liam, Al, and Sports Spider, our new partners. Fuck yeah. Link in the description. Click them. Go see us. This is Tuck Rule Takes episode 136. We will see you next week. Banner 18. Go Celtics. Fuck yeah.
We did it.
Jason Tatum and the Celtics, baby. Fucking.